coming up.
The older I get, the more I realise that maybe my behaviour is not quite normal. Maybe I'm a bit unhinged.
Let's petrify our kids, give them loads of sugar and tell them to talk to strangers.
Do you want a trick or a treat? Right, I'll egg you window. Honestly, it's fine on Halloween.
It's
Don't
absolutely
do
fine.
it for the rest of the year, though. This woman passed me some toilet roll that she'd obviously just used.
Oh, shut up.
And passed it underneath.
No. Would you use it?
I feel like that was a friend test then.
It was a friend test.
Would you use it or not? I was going to pretend there's a spider on you.
No,
there,
don't
there
say
isn't,
that,
there isn't.
Hannah.
I was only
Don't.
joking.
I will literally jump out of my chair. Oh my God. It's Halloween. Welcome back to No Parental Guidance. We are so pumped for today's episode. The studio looks incredible. Huge thanks to Card Factory for decking out us in all the spooky vibes. Honestly, it's like we've got a mini haunted house here. It's brilliant.
And just in case you're listening and can't see us, here's the mental picture, okay? Obviously, I look fit. Louise has got like Edward Scissorhands hands on, backcombed hair, a Card Factory dress online that you purchased, and then this amazing bone jacket. I mean, your eyes look insane. So good.
It's just how it's like I haven't slept for years. It's just basically
it's
how...
a postpartum kind of vibe.
Yeah, it is. It's postpartum, yeah. Hannah has gone on with full-on prosthetics. Look at that nose and mole.
So
Look
beautiful.
at it. She's gone from a very like hocus pocus witches vibe. Look, I mean, you still look really fit.
Well, I was like looking at you thinking you still look really
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, you still
like
look really
even
great,
when you've got like backcombed hair and all that
we've
makeup.
got Pritt stick on our eyebrows and everything.
But we literally have. We have got super glue on our eyebrows.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into all the Halloween fails this week, we've got plenty of them. Please, please, please do us a quick favour and hit subscribe if you haven't already. It literally takes a second, but helps us so much.
Right, well, before we get into our fails, I'm going to take these off because, quite frankly, it's too much for our audio viewers. So off they go.
Like Edward Scissorhands
into the basket.
has been.
Right, do you know what? I've been triggered already. It's reminded me of a massive parenting fail during Halloween.
Right.
I am seriously arachnophobic, right? And every Halloween, we've got them here. There were some on the chair. Like I'm literally
here,
like,
they're next to me.
It's the spiders. It's the fake spiders. And when I was getting my makeup done, this is makeup. This is not just I've just woken up, which I know it could sometimes does look like that.
My name's Louise and I'm a mum of 3.
Yeah. But when I was getting my makeup done, the makeup artist got one of those spiders and put it in my hair. And I was like, no, you can't do that. I'm so arachnophobic.
Have you always been like that?
Yeah, always. During Halloween, there was a shop where we live where they decked out the entire ceiling of the shop with spider webs and then all of those spiders in the ceiling.
Yeah.
So the whole ceiling was covered in spiders. Actually makes me feel a bit sick. So my boys were young enough to not go in a shop by themselves.
Yeah.
Especially a sweet shop. But I couldn't go in the shop. Genuinely, I could not step in that shop. And the boys were like, we want to go in, you know, you said we could go in, pocket money, la la la, sweets. Sorry, I just keep looking at your nose whilst I'm talking to you. So it's like, God, take you seriously.
And because I look so fit.
And so I was like, you guys go in. No, big boys now. Yeah, here's some money, in you go. And they were in there for a long time to a point where I was like, I have to go in. I have to. Like, I don't know what they're doing. They could be stealing. They could be eating all the pick and mix sweets. Like, I need to go in. And so it's just so stupid. But I had to get my daughter's blanket and wrap it over my head and then literally crawl into the shop. So I'm squatting whilst pushing the pram and I'm literally just like, I can't look up. I cannot look up. It's such a fear. And so I'm basically in the shops walking around looking like E.T. But I was honestly terrified.
And did they notice, do you think, that you were scared of the spiders, or they just thought you wanted to walk on your knees around the shop?
I actually got hypnotised to get over my fear of spiders.
Did you really?
Yeah, it didn't work.
I was just going to say, what a waste of money that was.
It was a complete waste of money.
I used to go up with this guy and I thought, you know, like one of your first boyfriends and you're like, oh my God, it's amazing. And we went out one day and he was like, and I was like, are you all right? He was like, And he couldn't speak and he was absolutely petrified. And then he went really high pitched and started squealing. And I was like, what are you scared of? And he's like, there's a wasp.
Oh God.
Oh my God, there's a wasp. And it was so embarrassing because he was like quite attractive and quite, butch and muscular.
And did it turn you off immediately?
Yeah, we broke up. Yeah. I was done. I was done immediately. Everyone was looking around and I was like, I can't go out with somebody that's got a fear of wasps like this.
No, they're meant to be protecting me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to jump out and protect me from anybody if he's scared of a wasp. And it just flew off and he was like, it's going to sting me. And I was like, it would just be a little sting. Like, you'd be fine. Anyway, we broke up. It's fine.
Talking of fails and kids and Halloween, what I think is so peculiar about Halloween is it's one day a year where we completely undo all that we've taught with parenting. Knock on people's doors, strangers, take sweets from them, eat all the sugar in the world on a Monday night before school. Oh my God, see, I thought that was a spider and it's not. See, like it's embedded in me. Eat all the sweets.
Take money off people. It's so different now. Yeah. Like, you could go out with your mates and we used to say, the sky is blue, the grass is green, do you have out for Halloween? That's what we'd say.
Was that your trick?
The neighbours either liked us or they didn't. But you wouldn't know if you could go to the house or not.
Yeah.
You just knock. But now it's like you have the pumpkins. Some people have like illuminated things on the entrance to the front door, the path and stuff. Like, the amount of sweets you can get. Like, my mum used to say, we're not going trick-or-treating, Hannah. It's like begging. You don't do that, Hannah. You don't beg. And it's like, it's not begging. Everyone's doing it, Mum. Like, some people are getting like a tenner for doing it.
Yes.
For a night's work. It's fantastic. Do you know wash your car for that.
And I think like houses, like some houses really go to town with Halloween.
I remember my fail from Halloween. This happened 2 years ago.
Yes.
Oh, my friend every year has a Halloween party for all the kids, and she lives like half an hour away from me. She's like, she was bridesmaid at my wedding, so she's like bestie. And she has this amazing party, and every year we all dress up and make a real effort. And the party is always on a Friday at 4 of that week of Halloween. And she sent the invite out, and I was like, okay, cool. I sent her a picture of what I was going to wear, and sometimes we coordinate outfits. I set off at 3:30 to get there early. And we were 10 minutes along the journey and Bradley was like, Mummy, I need a poo. I was like, okay, Bradley, fantastic. So I had to pull in a lay-by. There was like 10 labourers there, like builders and stuff at this lay-by. So I got out dressed like a witch, looking similar to what I do now at 3:30 on a Friday. And he needed this poo, so I was having to hold his legs while he dropped his guts on the side. But I got some paper towels on the floor and kind of scooped it and put it into a bag for life. Got to the house, walked in, and it was that moment where I looked around and I was like, did nobody think to tell me that we weren't dressed up? I'd painted my whole face white. I'd put glitter I'd really pushed the boat out. And I got to this party, nobody was dressed up.
Oh, for crying out loud.
And you know when you're like, I've just driven on the motorway and like people driving past were like beeping their horn like, and it was like, yeah, obviously I'm dressed up Halloween. And nobody was dressed up. So my friend went upstairs and she put some red lipstick on her lips and she came back downstairs and she was like, I thought I'd dress up a little bit. And I was like, no, you don't look like I do.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing. The kids were dressed up. All the other kids didn't dress up either. We looked like a right bunch of... Do you decorate your house?
I do decorate my house. And I also, there's the conundrum of, do you go out and trick or treat or do you stay in and give out the sweets?
Yeah.
So we go out, but last year we had a few people turning up really late. We had teenagers, like proper like 14-year-old teenagers knock on our door, not dressed up at all. Yeah. I was like, I'm all run out. But I thought that's quite, if I was a teenager.
But you hadn't run out, Louise, because you had 3 cauldrons full of sweets. I've run out. None for you, hun.
And I do eat some of them myself as well. Right, should we get into the Sorry, your nose is just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm actually pleased you haven't got the buck teeth because that would have sent me over the edge.
It would have been too much, wouldn't it?
Right, should we get into the parenting fails this week? Right, I'm going to kick it off.
Okay.
We took our kids to what was advertised as a family-friendly haunted house. Apparently, family-friendly ends at 7 p.m. We got there at 7:10. Within minutes, a man with a chainsaw jumped out of fog and my 4-year-old screamed, "He's going to cut our legs off!" Oh God, we had to carry her through the rest. while she shouted, "I hate this family," the whole
Oh my
way.
God.
She's now terrified of Halloween, and I feel like the worst mum in the world.
Oh, that's so.
Oh,
do you know,
gosh.
when we went, so our friends, we've got some really good friends in Canada, and we go and stay with them like once a year, and they go to town with Halloween. And in their basement, they have all the Halloween stuff. So they also downstairs in the basement have like a piano, a TV, like a drum kit. Did you just touch my drum kit?
Oh, nice.
Nice. And basically the kids were like playing downstairs. We were upstairs having a few gin and tonics. And my eldest came upstairs. He was like, "Mummy, can I sit with you, please?" And I was like, yeah, of course you can. Are you all right? And I was like, maybe he's just a bit jet lagged. Are you a bit tired? And he was like, "No, Mummy, there's something downstairs in the basement." And I was like, "Bradley, stop being so dramatic. Like, there won't be." "What do you mean there's something?" And he's like, "This is a bit like a skeleton."
Oh,
and I was like, "There won't be, Bradley." And for ages I was like, "Just sit with me." And he was like, "I just don't want to go down there." And then Logan came upstairs and was like, "I'm really scared, Mummy. There's like ghosts down there." And I thought maybe the girls have been trying to scare them.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be like, "Stop being such a just go downstairs and leave us alone to drink our gin."
Yeah.
So I went downstairs and I was like, "I'll go and check it out." Literally, they had like 8-foot coffins with these skeletons that just pop out.
Oh my
and
gosh.
like these witches are like, "Nah!" But I was petrified. Then this chainsaw was coming out.
Oh.
They had about 15 different things down there, all of the Halloween merch, and they dress the house like top to bottom
my
for
gosh.
Halloween and really take it seriously. For the rest of the trip, none of us went down into the basement because I was
I'm not surprised.
I was so scared by it.
Have you ever had any ghost encounters?
We've had a few spooky ones in my family.
Really?
Yeah, we have. I don't know if I should say it on the podcast.
See, these like,
Yeah.
I don't, like it's it's weird. One of those weird things. Like I really want to know the story, but then I know that I'll think about it for years after this
Yeah.
and freak myself out because I'm so good at freaking myself out.
And ours was like filmed on for a show in our house.
What do you mean for a show?
In my nana's house on like the Most Haunted. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's really, really bizarre, really strange. And whenever
Do you want to share it? I kind of feel like people are listening and be like, come on then, tell us.
What happened? There was a little girl that was basically, apparently, if you believe this, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's true. But if you don't believe it, then fine. But there was a little girl in, was it 1901 or 1906, that apparently was killed on a horse and cart where my nana's house was, and she was stuck. And my nana, before she died, used to say things were happening in the house, and the dog used to sit up and bark, and there was this little girl in the house, and my nana used to tell us stuff, and we were like, okay. And we had this, was it like a seance at the house? It was all videoed, and it's the most petrifying thing that I've always tried to cut out of my head after.
Oh God, do I want to hear this?
It was really weird. Really weird. So some people believe in ghosts, but then other friends I've told, they're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like on video and you can see it. It's really strange.
But what happens? Would you see the girl?
Well, it was like, no, we didn't see the girl, but this woman was like walking up and down the hall. It was just, it was really strange. And there was tapping and knocking throughout the night under the table where we're at. And we're all going, is that you, Dad? Like, who's doing it? Because my whole family were there.
Were you not scared?
I was petrified, yeah. Yeah.
Do you still have that house in your family?
No, it was sold very quickly after.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to go there ever again.
See, and now I'm freaked out.
Yeah. And there's a clasping your cup. Literally.
I'm literally like,
I'm so scared. I was going to pretend there's a spider on you.
No,
but
don't say that, Hannah. Don't.
Don't.
I will literally jump out of my chair.
Right, this next one is wanted to do something wholesome. So I made pumpkin spice hot chocolate for the kids while we carved pumpkins. I was already quite flustered and there was a lot going on. And in a rush, I grabbed cayenne pepper instead of cinnamon. Didn't notice until one sip in and both kids were crying. My son said it burnt his tongue's feelings.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Oh.
Why is this spicy?
Yeah. Oh my God, that's awful.
Oh, that is. Oh, bless her. Because that actually, you're trying to do something really wholesome. Do you ever make soup from your pumpkins?
So I always want to.
Yeah, I always want to.
But there's
And
something about carving a pumpkin and taking the smell of it.
Yeah.
Because I love carving pumpkins. I do like Gollum and I spend
Do you?
hours carving
Do
pumpkins.
you?
I love it. Yeah.
Wow.
I love doing it. And the
mine's really basic.
smell of it is like after. So if you put pumpkin soup in front of me, I'm like, I can't deal with it.
No, for me, it's almost like taking all the insides out of a pumpkin. It's
Yeah.
almost like taking all the
Giblets out of the
giblets.
chicken. Yeah.
But I'm just like,
I always think I'm going to, dry the seeds out and make my own pumpkins for next year.
Yeah.
I've said that for about 20 years. Never done it.
Mistake that I make as well, and probably a bit of a parenting fail, is I get a little bit too keen with the pumpkin carving, and I will carve it way before Halloween, and then by Halloween it's rotten, it stinks, and there's flies all over it, which I know gives the whole Halloween effect, but then you get fruit flies in the house, and it's just,
oh God, no, that's danger.
Game over. So I got a plastic one.
At the bottom of your driveway, there's just rotten pumpkins and no
pumpkins.
sweets.
Yeah.
Don't go there, guys.
No.
She's such a type.
Right, where are we? Okay, ghost story. Woo! She had a friend called Jodie that is only in her bedroom at bedtime and says night to her. One night I watched her on the baby cam. She suddenly sat up and said, "Stop it, I am trying to go to sleep," and pushed her hands out like she was pushing someone away. I asked over the baby cam, "Who are you talking to?" And she said, "Jodie." I just got a shiver. Oh, I need to know how old this child is, because they do say that children under a certain age, they have the sixth sense and they see things or something. And
so I posted on my Instagram asking people for spooky stories.
Yeah.
And it actually scared me how many people said similar stories to this about watching a baby on the camera, the baby monitor, and the baby's like talking to somebody, and they're like, has my husband gone in the room? Like, who's in there with them? Has like a sibling gone in the room who they're talking to? And they've been sat up looking at this, having a conversation. And the amount of people that's happened to, or kids that will say, my friend upstairs. Yeah. Have you ever had a pretend friend?
Not that I can remember, but it's like Bruce Willis vibes, isn't it? What's that? I see dead people.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense, that's it. Yeah. Sixth Sense, yeah. Oh my, no, I don't remember me ever having that. Do you?
So no, but once I was drying my hair when me and Andy got together like 17 years ago, chatting, I was singing. Me and Andy had been talking, then I was singing, and he left the room and I carried on singing, but he was convinced I was having a conversation with someone. And I was like, I wasn't. And I joked and I was like, oh, it's my pretend friend, Granville. And he was like, have you got a pretend friend? And in that moment, I was like, I think if I say yes, he would dump me because he thought it was really strange. And I was like, I've never had a pretend friend, but a friend of mine at school used to go around with Granville and be like, oh, we're playing together, and like would pretend to hold hands. And that child obviously took comfort in that. Wow. But then it's like, was that pretend, or was that like a ghost that you go around the school with? I don't know.
Anyway, let's move on. What's the next fail?
Okay, so next fail, I always go all out with spooky Halloween costumes to scare the kids. But this year, I might have taken it too far. I opened the door to a trick-or-treater and he was so terrified, he fainted. That's awful.
Wait, the kid fainted?
Yeah, so I always go all out with spooky Halloween costumes to scare the kids.
Oh my gosh.
I want to know what this person was wearing.
Yeah, they really need to tell us more detail. What were you wearing?
What did you? I want a picture to see what you look like.
Fainted.
Probably looks similar to how we look right now.
I know,
Jesus,
right?
if my kids saw me now, my daughter would be petrified.
I think my kids would probably say, "Mum, you look just the same in the morning."
You look like that on Sunday morning, Mum, didn't you?
Yeah.
When my mum went to this fancy dress party, I was like, what are you going to dress up as? And my dad went as like some random character. And my mum was like, I'm going to go as Lady Gaga. And I was like, Lady Gaga, like, what are you going to wear? And do you remember when she wore that meat costume?
Yes.
So
oh my
mum and dad made this costume, right? This was like 10 years ago. She got a black bin bag, wrapped it round herself. And then my dad sewed back bacon all over it. Like,
wow, that's commitment.
3 or 4 packs of back bacon, just randomly sewed it.
Oh,
and
God.
And it was a really hot room that they were in. And it started... She went to this party with like stilettos on and a black bin bag covered in
Were there any dogs there? Can you imagine just like getting eaten by a dog?
It's like, where's Christine? Oh, I don't know.
Do you have a picture of that?
I do have a picture of that.
We need to.
And I could show you. It's actually hilarious.
All right, next fail. We left a big bowl of sweets out with a cute little sign that said, please take one. Then we left for trick-or-treating. Came back to find the dog had eaten everything. Wrappers, lollipops, the lot. We spent the rest of the Halloween night at the emergency vet while my kids cried about their Skittles. The dog is fine. My bank account is not.
I can only imagine how much that would have cost, and the fact the dog would be for England
after
eating all that. Correct. Neither of us have dogs though, do we?
No. So I was just about to say, I don't know. I've never had a dog. Do you have to brush dogs' teeth? I don't know.
I mean, I presume you do. They're not self-cleaners. I don't know. I still don't know how to look after a kid.
Yeah,
to be honest. I've got 3 of them.
But I'm sure that was quite a pricey Halloween. Right, here we go. I opened the cupboard to grab the Halloween plates and found a bunch of toilet roll tubes with little faces drawn on them, all just staring. Scared the shit out of me. My kid said, those are the Stinkies. They guard the party stuff. If you open the door too fast, they get mad. I thought this was going to go down the road of someone's wiped it with their bottom and just put it back.
That's the sort of thing kids would do, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever realised that the toilet paper is all gone and you've just got the tube and just thought, I'm just going to use that?
I have thought that before.
Have you done it?
No, but I always have a tissue because, you know, when I get excited, I get a runny nose like a dog. So I always have a tissue on me. But I remember once I was in a toilet in a classy establishment in Scarborough and the toilet roll was out and I was like, oh, and it's one of those like huge toilet roll dispensers. Yeah. And I put my arm in, I thought I could peel some cardboard and just have to like try and use that. So I said, excuse me, knocked on the wall of the toilet and I was like, excuse me. I was like, is there any toilet roll in there? Would you mind passing it to me? So I don't know who or what it was next door, but this woman passed me some toilet roll that she'd obviously just used.
Oh, shut up.
And passed it underneath.
No.
So I grabbed it with my hands and looked and there was like a hair on it.
Shut
and I was
up.
Like, oh my God. I was like, thank you. And then I was like, oh my God, I think I sat there long enough that I just drip dried because I was like, this is so disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I know. It was like a bit gungy. It wasn't great.
Oh, just a bit.
And there was hair on it, yeah.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Like a spider leg. Not great.
No, Louise. But stop it, honestly. I get so easily spooked.
So now it's a thing, but after that I always check that there's toilet roll in there before I wee.
Really?
Yeah, always check. Because the thought of somebody in Scarborough passing me their used bog roll makes me feel physically sick.
No, well, that is disgusting. But I mean, if you're at home, say you haven't got any tissue on you and you've done a wee and you see the loo roll holder and it's empty, but the roll is still there, just the cardboard, would you use it?
I would, yeah. If that was all that was there, that'd be
just
fine.
Just checking.
Yeah.
We're on the same page, fine. That's all I wanted to know.
I feel like that was a friend test then.
That was a friend test.
Would you use it or not? Okay, so next fail. I spent 3 nights sewing a bat costume from scratch because my 5-year-old swore that's what he wanted to be. Wings, ears, little fangs, the full Pinterest job. Morning of Halloween, he takes one look and says, Mummy, I meant Batman, not a real bat. Full meltdown. He refused to wear the bat costume. And in the end, the only thing I could get him out of the house in was his football kit.
Oh.
The other mums at school must have thought it was really weird. I dressed him as a footballer for Halloween and all that after spending days on the bat costume.
Oh my gosh.
So that I really admire any female that is good at sewing or that gives a shit enough that would actually make a costume from scratch. Do you know, so this is maybe it's kind of the ethos that I might bring to the podcast, because those mums that do that stuff from scratch or that will bake stuff for the school or that will take the time to be organised to do stuff, I really admire them, because I can't sew, I can't do any of that stuff, and I don't have a sewing machine. For any like bits, decorations, I would go online and just buy it. Card factory straight away. It's just easy.
Yeah, easy. I mean, no, yeah, but the boys, I would be the one saying, oh, why don't we wear this and why don't we wear that? And then they're like, yeah, whatever, fine, fine. And then I will go to Card Factory, get it online, done, job done, easy.
So this year for Halloween, I've decided I'm going to go all out. I'm
going to wear this.
Decorate the front of the house. Might not have the nose on.
I love the nose.
But I'm going to decorate the house.
Wait, can people see Hannah's wart on her nose? Because it's on that side. It's fabulous. I mean, fabulous.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Honest to God. I'm looking at myself like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm going to decorate my house. I could just dress like this and then kids wouldn't come and disturb us. But I think I might put something at the bottom of the drive and just say, help yourself. Instead of them coming and knocking on the door and then they can be nosy in the house, wake the baby up. Like, I don't need that. So I'm going to put boundaries in place.
Okay, boundaries are good. Do you know that some people dress up as my character Bernie for Halloween?
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
do they?
Yeah, they do. Like, for real.
What? And come to your house?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is that weird? Like, do you know the people that do
No.
it? Okay, so that's
It's a bit weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I also get people messaging me on Instagram with pictures of their kids and like, we've gone as Bernie. I'm like, yeah, that is quite frightening actually.
But when
I'm like, I live with this every day.
Like, to us, we were getting ready and we're like, this is really normal because of the content we put online.
Yeah.
So we were quite happy to wear wigs and we're quite excited to look ridiculous.
Stupid, yeah.
But the older I get, the more I realise that maybe my behaviour is not quite normal. Maybe I'm a bit unhinged. I don't know. And then we met each other and it's like, oh my God.
I've met my
Yeah, you do it too. But what do your kids, how do they react?
Honestly, they're just like, so what's today? What are you now?
Yeah.
It's very strange.
I get really worried that my mother-in-law will look at anything online because it's not directly aimed at her, but I have a mother-in-law character.
Yeah.
And some of the things I say are a bit close to the bone. And I think if she watches it, she's going to be like, you little bitch. Like, I know you're talking about me.
Yeah. I mean, there is that. It's just, I've got to be so careful because you just don't want it to like cause an argument. Like, it's because I adore my mother-in-law. She's so helpful.
Yeah, don't say
I've asked her
anything
to basically come over all week next week to help out with like childcare. Like, I was sitting again, my fucking mother-in-law.
She's a right.
This
Can you
or
watch
that.
the kids for a week?
Thank you so much for all your Halloween fails. They were truly epic.
And thanks again to Card Factory for sponsoring us for the whole month of October. We hope this has given you some inspiration to create your own Halloween magic with the kids this season without spiders, maybe, Louise.
Ooh, or just how to avoid all the fails.
Now, if you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more of this, we would love it if you could subscribe to No Parental Guidance on YouTube.
Also, please let us know in the comments if there are any topics you'd like to hear from us that we haven't covered, any guests you'd like to see, and of course, keep sharing your parenting fails.
Now, we'll be back next week with a new guest episode featuring the one and only Gemma Bird, aka Money Mum, who will give you all the tips and tricks you need to save those pennies.
So please subscribe so you don't miss it.
Bye.
Bye.